When I first looked for a place to build my company, I cast a wide net. I heavily considered establishing a base in Saudi Arabia to tap into their growing commercial sector. I also spent time looking at European alternatives, weighing the traditional markets in Italy against my business goals. I ran the numbers on setting up in Germany, trying to see if their economic stability offered the right starting point. I even evaluated the massive, high-density consumer markets in Indonesia. Ultimately, Dubai won out. The international connectivity, the global customer base, and the sheer scale of its modern infrastructure made the clearest commercial sense. But the moment you decide on this market, the advertisements begin. They promise a setup in 24 hours and the cheapest possible trade licenses. I almost followed that path myself. A cheap license is just legal permission to exist. It guarantees 0 customers, and mistaking a government document for a functioning business is often the first expensive mistake a founder makes. Before you spend a single dirham on registration, you have to prove there is a market. You can test demand with a pilot service or a landing page for far less than the cost of a company seal. Skipping that step leads to a common financial trap. The license fee you see on a billboard is usually a small fraction of the capital you actually need to survive your first 12 months. This chart breaks down the actual cost of entry. First, the formation budget. This is the capital strictly required to create the legal entity and secure your residency visas. Then there is the launch budget. This covers the costs of product development, branding, and the digital systems required to actually present your offer to the public. Finally, the operating runway. This is the cash you need to keep the lights on, paying rent, salaries, and insurance for months until your revenue becomes predictable. Most startups here fail because they focus entirely on the legal setup. They end up legally established but commercially underfunded. Early on, the variety of jurisdictions and setup options looked like a simple list of prices, but selecting based on the lowest fee can accidentally lock you out of the customers you need to reach. If you need a physical retail shop or you intend to trade goods directly with other local companies across the Emirate, a Mainland license is usually the requirement. A free zone setup offers a different structure, often better for international service providers or software teams, but it can legally restrict your ability to sell directly to consumers in mainland Dubai. Your legal structure should follow your revenue model. You choose a jurisdiction based on where your buyers are, not on which promotional package is currently on sale. There is a persistent myth that a trade license guarantees a bank account. It doesn't. Banks operate as independent entities with their own risk assessments. If you cannot provide evidence of a physical office, a clear business model, and a transparent source of funds, a bank can delay or reject your application, regardless of your license status. This graph displays another major shift in the market. The claim that every Dubai business is automatically tax-free is no longer accurate. Under the current regime, taxable income above 375,000 dirhams is subject to a 9% rate. Even companies in tax-free zones still have mandatory obligations to register and file with the Federal Tax Authority. Treating financial compliance and banking as afterthoughts will stop your business in its tracks before you process your first invoice. The day your license is issued is simply the day your overhead starts. The real work is convincing the market that your business is worth their attention. If you enter the market claiming only to have high quality or good prices, you give customers no reason to switch from an established provider. You end up competing only on who can offer the deepest discount. Survival depends on building a measurable path to revenue. You need a specific brand position, a website that converts visitors, and a CRM system to manage the leads you generate. This is the role of Ujad Agency. By handling the brand strategy, SEO, and performance marketing that actually brings in buyers, they transform a static legal structure into a visible, competitive brand. Investing in Dubai offers a massive international platform, but that opportunity only pays off when you lead with a validated offer rather than a government permit.